Shalom and welcome to this week's edition of the Rabbi's Ramblings. Hope you had a great week. This week's parasha is the parasha of Vayechi. It is actually the last Torah portion for the entire Chumash of Bereshis, the first book of Genesis. In it, we learn about an interesting episode. Yosef brings his two sons, Menashe and Ephraim, to his father Yaakov, Jacob, who will be passing away shortly, and he wants them to be blessed by him. So he places Menashe, the older son, to Yaakov's right, and Ephraim, the younger son, to Yaakov's left, being that he wants the right hand, which has the stronger blessing, to be placed on Menashe's head. But Yaakov takes his right hand and puts it on Ephraim's head, and puts his left on top of Menashe. Yosef tries to correct his father and says, Menashe is the older one. He deserves to receive the blessing from the right hand. To which Yaakov responds that I know. Menashe is indeed the older one, but Ephraim will be greater than his older brother, Menashe. What is the meaning of this whole episode? What lessons can we take from it? So we have Yosef. Let's look at his life. We've discussed a bit over the past few weeks how he had a life that was filled with turmoil and challenge. One in which, due to the jealousy of his brothers, he was thrown into a pit, left to be dead, and ultimately sold into slavery by them. But yet we find that he was not upset with them. He instead made the best of his circumstances and succeeded in becoming the viceroy of Egypt. How did he do this? Well, this little episode actually teaches us how we can do that, because we can all ask the question, how do we overcome a challenge which presents ourselves, whether it's today or a challenge that has been presented to us in the past, which we are having a difficult time of leaving go? So the answer is as follows. Let's look at what Menashe means. Menashe means to forget. The first son that Yosef has in Egypt is where he thanks Hashem that you gave me the ability to forget the challenges, the fact that my brothers threw me into a pit and then sold me into slavery. I was able to transcend that. Then he has a second son. The second son is Ephraim, that not only was I able to overcome, but I actually also prospered in Egypt. And this is what Yaakov is trying to teach Yosef. That indeed, when it comes to making progress after facing a difficult challenge, the first thing is we need to be able to transcend. That's why Menashe is older. But what is the ultimate? Where should we strive for? That's Ephraim. We need to make certain that our challenges are not something that we only transcend above, but also something that we transform into a great source of blessing. Remember, you matter. So make a difference. Shabbat Shalom.